He was born in Budapest, a country even further east than Boston. Came here as a young man, went to Bard College, one of the finest young writers I know. He is the editor of a magazine called The Doris, and is the senior editor of a new poetry collective, or publishing collective, called the Lunar Chandelier Collective, which is an outgrowth of Kimberly Lyons' Lunar Chandelier Press. Tamas has written a number of books, the first of which is The Blue Sun, and a number of chapbooks, some of which are available on the Metam Beeson website that Charlotte, my wife, runs. And he's the author of the forthcoming Uncreated Mirror, which is a big, fat, rich, genuine book of Kabbalah, wisdom, lovemaking, and poetry. Tamas Panitz.
So, well, thank you all for coming, and I'm very excited to be a part of this, to read with you, Robert and Barbara. And so thank you for having me. I'll start with some sections from Uncreated Mirror. Am I loud enough? Yeah? Okay. Tiny hands pull a mosaic into time. Language in its divergent drift buries me in the morning air. Where the law unfolds its incongruous hammers on the roof, radio advice next door, fall together careful calculus of the utterly simple. I was once a man, now what am I? Vague enough to make sense in time. Any word could save you, the streets built to overhear. A city is a sweetheart, the place of us where angels make a bed of it, sultry metals bending in your knee. From here it looks like science couldn't make desire decent, because there's only us and no me. My head a tiny carnelian extraction you hold close in you, and suddenly there's everything to say. A place can only pretend for so long not to be a city not to be a bed the people in it. Until your stone begins to grow, your stone shoulders' doors clang shut behind you, to the sacred any place, the empty street. Sleep is when you tell all, the only time I'm of any use, not the way I have mistaken my own body for vermin or insects, announcing themselves, teaching me their knowledges, rather like two keys to some third thing, door or eye that flashed through us, from above, from your body and mine, flash that struck flesh between us, so a single letter spoke, combined to teach not itself, but who it is that hears, who wears us as some gorgeous symmetry, feels like knowing, but there's nothing to carry, impervious daybreak in a forgotten language. I'm with you everywhere, not in what you think you're doing, but what you don't think. What happens to our sameness that becomes most strange, cut flowers from the other side of all. All the reasons to go to the water, none of them sea-like. Okeanos, that meant all of it. The ring of rivers, oceans, strange minor gods of bay, water spirits. The landlubbers crowd close in Manhattan, stumbling to some lowest part. Always water, bay leaf at the entrance, I sat crumbling in my fingers. The ruin anywhere, silver tale of co-eternal worlds. Across no man ever tasted, you taste. What is this, 44? Tear the pages out as you read, countdown to forever. Long after the war, they let me be you again. I crawl back into your sleep, scholar without a subject, Prince Andre on his back finally where the Ranger comes from. Hold up your rose, the waters pass through, This one image, one pole seeds the other. Door for the all of me, only temple open when you need it. Wood and badger skins, a man on the street. So that's all I'm going to read from that. It's in numbered sections, and I just, well, I didn't tell you what the numbers were, but I just skipped around through it. So the next thing I'll read is from something I guess called Prelude, or that's what I'm calling it. Its conceit, if you can call it that, is to continue, and so it's just one unbroken column of me trying to continue, and I'll read a portion of that. Swear on some small animal, as Loyola says. The beginning is always at your service. He says, imagine the mountain where Jesus and the apostles went. I see pink rabbits scrambling through the treetops, branches thrashing in chill morning air, shy goat herds, heavy bread. Where does the mountain end? Cypress on the windowsill, butter in my tea. Takes a syzygy to signify. Car door slams on the three heavens, and she walks off from the sentence. The mountain is oblivious to any imagining of it, and deploys its orange leaves, olives. What did Loyola mean when he demanded the same vision be repeated twice? Mountain again. To where? At some point she will determine she is lost enough to call me. Portentous news, waiting for what should have happened. A step too far into the future. Spade dug into the mountain of vision. The mason returns to her trestle board. See, rainbow here, then coils, then house. I don't know what it means. It's seeing that makes us divine. A history before the symptom, palm open under spine. I adore what comes by, minds me. Where does mind end? Listen, oracle, red rubbed from pillowcase, the oracle, the childish telling I've sounded, I've rubbed my ear against the matter. The rest there, touch your hand. To the drawing there's only real and more real. Mountain, then cannula, your little reed stuck into the body. If you can posit it even, not to exist. Existence, variable as truth. Dream the frogs out of your desk. The ear itself pierces the silence. Animal substance, crouched within form. Don't look back, don't check where we are. The beginning hinges on some end, perhaps this one, perhaps not. Beginnings and ends hinge variously, interchangeably. The beginning is the bridge, back into the morphology, the truth of each discrete event. The two doors, as every thought has two doors. You'd have to walk around to take this one again. But no one has ever walked around. The doors themselves are on a curve. The doors themselves walk around. Gull wing, ear, prow pressed into hard air, solid strands of moon or men's, mind light, whisper of something her mind could hear. I can hear it too, against me. The mountain nuzzles your tired arms. Carthage salted into Africa. Her plow strikes a star in the farmland of its ruined city, a stone bigger than the earth. They knew its name once, Alogon. Drawn from a square and diagonal line, those Greek mathematicians wrecked at sea. Limit claims us, empowered with fear, and we went around lynching Pythagoreans and cats, the terrible claimants of where they had been. If it is finite, I will find out. Find, pent, tread the path, the way, daffodils growing outside the prison walls. No one's bed in someone's room. Keep writing the letters and hope for ink. Nothing more mysterious than her actually sitting here, my hands wrecked on the shore of another world. Only you can connect these thoughts. I am the moon and matter dreaming honey on your fingertips that will never wake. Meaning makes its own kind of sense. Pink Amazonian flowers of original body. You reach for your camera, but there isn't one. In my dream, I told you the window was important. Because of where it was, we had to realize the window is your father. Conjunctio, the last step toward history. Everything is a symbol. I'll stop that there. And for the last thing I'll read, stuff from the last couple days. I've been working on an Ascension calendar, which is like an Advent calendar, sort of, but it's the 40 days after Easter, which we don't have a calendar for exactly. Okay. Sunset behind the clouds, leaves here, its saline, sharp blue bridge to the sea. Heaven sealed up and sealed up in us, crystal gazing the town blue. We're back in Morocco, back where color knows, blue of every door folded in your whitest sheets. Hold your shadow's breath, up the cool alleyways, nothing to distract you. Look through the window, someone you know there. Puss in Boots across on the ground, our unique object of continual want. Poor alchemists waiting for Elias. When there's nothing left and then it's given. Greasy stone from the other side of all. Kabbalah before books, geese flying north. Logos meant the logic of the world, our frightened selves to deduce. Hic sunt dracones, bush country of the imagination, one subway stop more. Long grass trembling at the thought of you. A kid with glasses, how did you ever do it? Give utterance, give context, after the sky darkened, after all you knew. Cabeza de Vaca in Sheepshead Bay, letter in an unwritten language. Heal them with a rhyme, Merlin's tonic of showing up. The renunciation that's second best to dying. You can know but can't understand. The snake is always looking out, light from the eye, ready for anything. Roses of Sharon musking in the street. I die into their firm fingers on the steps of my favorite house. Through 1,000 lives, die into the brown musk of things. Across your endless neck, I am no man at all. And this is what I wrote yesterday. Forsythia and Aries, that showy plant, a clear description is never true. Asphodels are endless war, but if you eat the root of Forsythia, treats swelling, pain, tonsillitis, and so on, he said, let the world heal its own pain. Thank you.